Hey Virgo, welcome to February. So, there's a few things that have been going on in astrology for a while now for you. One of them's been that you've been having a trine, a positive aspect with the planet Uranus, the oh wow planet, the anything's possible planet out of the blue. And that's been going on for over a year. So that's something that's a positive thing for you, Virgo. So this could be unexpected monies or new opportunities, okay? And then you've also had a square going on with Jupiter because it's hanging out in the mutable sign of Gemini. You're a mutable sign, Virgo, so you make a square, a 90-degree angle, which is considered a tough aspect in astrology, okay? Now, not only did you have the square with Jupiter, but Jupiter's been in its retrograde period. So our planet of luck and blessings has been retrograded, I think, since October. And this month it's going to go direct. So that's going to lighten up that square a little bit for you when it goes direct mid-month. Now, because a square is enough, especially when it's squaring a retrograde planet. Now, you have had an opposition going on for a long time now with all those planets that are hanging out in Pisces. Remember, Saturn's been in Pisces for what feels like forever. Neptune, so Saturn is responsibility and hardship, long-term success over time. Neptune's been opposite you, the great healer, very creative energy there in its own sign of Pisces, but it also rules illusion and delusion. So sometimes things can just get really cloudy and unclear. And Virgo, you're the great analyzer. You don't want cloudy and unclear. Okay. Now, Mercury is going to be joining those planets in Pisces on the 13th of the month, and the North Node, which is Dharma point. And so there's going to be that going on opposite you. Now, remember, Mercury is your ruling planet, Virgo. So you're going to have this opposition with your ruling planet for half of the month. And so just be careful because all the things that Mercury rules, communication, it rules merchants, so purchases, deliveries of information, literal deliveries of products. All right. Then the sun is going to show up in Pisces on the 18th of the month, and you're also going to have the sun opposite you. So there's going to be a lot opposite you. There's going to be a lot kind of pulling on you, right? Because oppositions are someone across from each other, like we are right now. And so one side has something going on, the other side has something going on. And of course, Pisces is the opposite of you, Virgo. Okay. So pay attention to what's coming up. Take it easy on yourself. You do have the transiting south node now in your sign of Virgo. So that can bring in things from the past. That can bring in feelings from the past. So you just got to be gentle to yourself. And I don't know, Virgo, I don't think you're really known for being gentle to yourself. I think you're the analyzer of the zodiac. And I think you have a lot of that you're very rigid with yourself. Now, I can say this, I have a lot of planets in Virgo's house. So I think that's my own experience is that Virgo can accentuate our detailed thinking, which works in a lot of great ways. And, you know, if you think about Virgo being opposite Pisces, Pisces is all the creative energy. Virgo needs to come in there and use some sense and some logic and some dollars and cents to figure out if these big ideas work. So you have all that great ability, but you have to go easy on yourself and not nitpick yourself too much. Okay. So being gentle. And so let's see what we have here in the pre-reading. So first card I picked for you today was the Ace of Wands. And first thing I thought of was that he looks like he's hitchhiking, but he's actually going to reach for I think that's an olive branch. And so I think olive branch is like a symbol of peace, and he's reaching for it. Some interesting looking lizard creature here reaching for it. And it's an ace, so it's something new. It's a one, and it's wands. It's fire energy, and so it can be passionate, can be exciting, and there's something new coming in. Now, remember, also we have Venus going into the fiery sign of Aries this month. Okay, so if you've been looking for companionship, looking for positive people in your life, this could be a good time. Now, Your next card is the Three of Voices, or the traditional Three of Swords. And this feels like you, Virgo, in a lot of ways, because there's just like these beam of lights. They're coming out of, I don't know if you can see that those are eyes up there. Those are somebody's eyes, and there's like these laser beams. There's tears coming out, and it's kind of like shooting down into this woman's body. So, this could be other people's opinions of you, or what you think other people's opinions are of you. This could just be some loss in general, or some, grieving or missing someone who's on the other side. So, very human card that shows up. Three of Swords, Three of Voices. I find anytime there's a big holiday month, personally, it always leads to a little bit of like, there's a lot of pressure on it. And remember, these are man-made holidays. So Valentine's Day could be that you're just feeling a little bit alone. Now, the Justice card comes out, and this is a card of balance. This is a Libra card ruled by Venus. And so we see this is a relationship card, really. And this kind of reminds me of that opposition, right? Because the scales are kind of like one on each side. It's like an opposition. And so there it is. You're going to have to be balancing this all out through the month of February. Now, you'll be relieved to know that a lot of those planets that have been hanging out opposite you in Pisces are going to move into Aries I think it's more towards May. But they are going to retrograde back and forth a little bit, but you'll start to get a little more relief, okay? Now, Justice, so card number 11, which equals 2, which is a relationship number to me, okay? So not a bad thing. Now, the Four of Swords is showing up. This is kind of cool how it's like a mirror image of her body there. And Four of Swords, I mean, to me, it's just a card of rest. Really making sure to slow down. And it's interesting, like the Three of Swords is over there, and then the one sword across the bottom. So just make sure that you're going easy on yourself. Anytime Pisces is involved, we know that it kind of means that we have to slow down a little bit. And you have a lot of Pisces involved because Pisces is across from you with a bunch of planets in it. And then Neptune is one of those planets right there too. So that's like Pisces times 1,000. Okay. So make sure that you're getting the rest that you need. It's just kind of showing me a balance between like the Ace of Wands, the fun, the Four of Swords, just wanting to go to bed, and then trying to find that balance in between, and also just giving yourself space to feel, your emotions when you feel it, and have a good cry when you need it. All right. Okay. So that is your pre-reading. Oh, wait, I forgot to give you your oracles that I pulled too. So the first one I got was a second house. This is from the 8 Coins Astrology Oracle. So this is Venus's house. This is Taurus's house in astrology. So this is your second Venus implication here, because the Justice card is also ruled by Venus. It's associated with Libra. So you've got a lot of themes here about value, about beauty. I love the second house. It's all the beautiful stuff. And also, sometimes when I say that, it's like people go directly to like expensive things. But to me, the second house is that, but it's also like Mother Earth and nature and the body, and just all like the simple beauties. Now, you also got Mercury. And I'm really digging this 8 Coins Astrology Oracle. We just got it in stock in Kent. And I like it. It just adds a whole nother twist to reading tarot, because it brings astrology in. And you know how much I love astrology and how much I really think they go together in such a beautiful way. So Mercury, the planet of communication, we know that Mercury is going to enter Pisces on the 13th. Mercury, 14th. So Mercury enters Pisces. So that's when you're going to start having that opposition. So maybe just, if there's some conversations before Valentine's Day, would be better time for you. And I think of Mercury and Pisces on Valentine's Day as like people are going to be promising the world to each other. But once the fog clears, we'll see how that works out. But it could be romantic, could have romantic energy. Okay, now one more card that I did in the pre-reading, and that is from this Rose Oracle, and it says the Rose Garden, innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. And I just love that, because that just keeps repeating. And I really think you need to be careful about how you're speaking to yourself. Okay, how you're speaking about yourself, the things that you mutter under your breath throughout the day, those are the things that are hurting you more than you realize. So, this is a good time to keep. I love to keep a list. If I start noticing that I'm like talking to myself derogatory, I like to start writing it down and just look at it. And I find it humorous sometimes, because sometimes I notice that it's like an expression my mother used to say or my father used to say or something like that. And you realize it doesn't even belong to you. And that's when you can write it down and burn it over the toilet and just see you later. Not going to play that game anymore. Okay. All right. Now that was your pre-reading. Let's go into a live reading here. And because I'm having technical difficulties, I have with my mic, I'm using one I'm holding, so I can't really shuffle these, but I'm just going to kind of put them on the table, move them around a little, and pick. Now, remember, I haven't looked at any of these cards because this is a live reading. And let's see what you need to know this month, Virgo. I'm going to throw on another oracle card here. All right, so let's see what you need to know in your live reading. So here's the Three of Pentacles, and these cats are kind of piling up and down on top of each other. They're kind of playing. It's really cute. And so it kind of shows me, like, don't forget the fun. And there'll be some ups and downs, you know. I think your emotions are just going to be up and down this month, and that's okay. Page of Wands shows up, this cute little fox. And I don't know, I've said the term foxy came up a few times in these readings for Valentine's Day. So you got some foxy energy there. And that is actually the second week, which is Valentine's Day. Okay. So even if you're feeling awful, feeling emotional that day, I think you can pull it together and move into some new emotions there. Okay. All right. Now, and I love that there's flowers. They look like zinnias. So maybe don't forget the flowers. And also it's interesting because this is a flower right here on top of that. And then the olive branch. So don't forget the flowers is the point. And maybe they're just for yourself. Now, week 3, we have the Queen of Inspiration. This is the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands, and she's pretty awesome. And she's showing up in your 3rd week. So it's definitely got some spice to it. Let me put these cards a little back more so you can see them. Okay, so you started off with Pentacles and you went into 2 fire cards. And the Queen of Inspiration, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. She's passionate. She's a world traveler, so I'm happy to see that. And also, I think there's not a lot of planets in fire signs right now. When Venus moves into Aries, that'll be helpful, okay? In week 4, you have the Warrior of Swords. This would be the Knight of Swords traditionally. This is the Inner Light Tarot, and it's a yoga deck, and it's really great. Okay, so the Warrior of Swords, a Knight of Swords. I think it's just she's taking care of herself. She's stretching. She's balancing, kind of referencing again that Justice card. Or just go have fun the way you want to have fun. Let's see what your oracle is. It's Pisces. Oh, that's funny. It's funny that Pisces shows up and it's just kind of reminding you about that opposition. Isn't that cool how it's got the 2 faces facing each other? Okay, so that kind of reminds me of that opposition with Pisces and taking that rest time and really just letting yourself have space for creative vision. So I really like your reading, Virgo. I think that you can really, really put in some modalities into your life that you love. Like as I look at this, I just see like the steam lifting off this card, the Rose Garden. It almost looks like she's in a hot tub. And I just see a lot of comfort. I feel a lot of comfort in this. Okay. So like, don't consider yourself like, I don't know the word, like, don't consider yourself a failure when you notice this negative self-talk come up. We all do it. It's just, you might do it a little bit more. Okay. So there's a lot of attention towards that and kind of freeing yourself up from that. Okay. So I'm going to move these to the side. And we are going to work with this calendar to give you some power days using charms and Astro dice. And please comment and let me know if this is a part of the reading you like or not. I'm just kind of weighing out if I'm going to continue using the charms this year. So let me know if that's a big plus to you about the reading or not. Okay, love to hear from you all, by the way. So let's see here. I'm just going to kind of toss some right over the top. And yes, I will be picking up charms for days. Okay, and let's roll some dice. Okay, so the dice are Jupiter, Cancer, in the second house. So that's the second time you got the second house. So Jupiter is the planet of luck, blessings, and expansion, right? So we're never upset to see Jupiter in this watery sign of Cancer. So it's all those emotions, all that self-care and nurturing, and in the second house of value, Venus's house. Okay, so it's almost like if you actually do take the time and show up for yourself, it's almost like, say you're worried about money and you're like, oh, I can't slow down because I have to work. But then it's almost like luck. You get a lucky strike here that you can. Okay. All right. Let's see what the letters are. We've got the letter H, E. We've got votes for women. We've got an I, a V, and a Y. I don't think I can make any words with that, can I? I've got the word hive and Hyvee. Is Hyvee a word? Hive, Hive. Oh, there's also a Q here. Didn't realize that. IQ is there. Okay. All right. So let's see. H kind of fell at the top along with votes for women. A little bit of activity here on Monday, which is the 27th of January. Now, you didn't really get that many charms. You got a train on the 3rd of February, and you've got the word practical. Oh, that's Virgo, the symbol for Virgo on the 4th, along with a screwdriver. Okay, so the 4th, it looks like you are going to take some practical action there, and maybe you're fixing a few things. Now, the 18th, you have the letter I, and on the 20th, you have a Y, and along with a moose. Okay, so really the 4th and the 20th are the ones that have the most activity. We have the letter V on the 24th, the letter Q on the 25th, and the word when on the 28th of February. Got a second quarter moon here at the bottom. Got a lot of twos. All right, now let's see. So those are showing you the power times for you with the charms. Let's see what the dice tell us, okay? So we know you rolled Jupiter, and Jupiter rules the sign Sagittarius. And we know that the moon moves into Sagittarius at 7:55 a.m. on Thursday, the 20th. And it stays there. Oh, that's the day that you had the moose and the Y. It stays there through the 21st, then the 22nd until 6:09 p.m. So I would really mark down that 20th as a power day for you. Now, you also rolled the sign Cancer. And we know that the moon will be in the sign of Cancer on Saturday, the 8th of February at 6:04. Saturday, the 8th of February at 6:04 a.m. And it will stay there on the 9th into the 10th until 12 p.m. on the 10th, okay? And then you also rolled the second house, which is Taurus's house. So you get a couple more bonus days here. And those start on Monday the 3rd. So that's where you had the little train. And Monday the 3rd at 10:33 p.m. And it will be there on the 4th. And so the 4th is where you got the practical sign and the screwdriver. It's also when Jupiter goes direct, and that's you rolled Jupiter also. So it actually goes direct a little bit earlier in the month than I said. And let's see. The moon will be, so you get it through the 4th and through the 5th and into the 6th until 1:44 a.m. So these are power times for you. I hope you have a fabulous month, and thanks for listening.